Now, I like curry, but one of the things about curry, especially this time of year where we've just had Christmas and I've overindulged, is all that rice. So I've come up with a solution that's just as good to have with your curry, but doesn't have all that big pile of stodge that you get with a pile of rice. It's a beetroot, apple and onion salad. So, I'll show you how we make it. Okay, so I've got some marinated chicken breast. These are just pieces of chicken breast that I've put in a plastic bag, and I've put in about a tablespoon probably of curry paste, which was just made of my favourite curry powder, and a teaspoon of vegetable oil. They've been marinating for only about an hour actually, but overnight would have been better, but an hour's fine, and we're just going to cook those off now. About a tablespoon of oil in the pan, on full heat. Okay, so the pan's up to temperature, and I'm just going to pop that chicken in. I'm not going to touch that, I'm just going to leave it to cook on one side and then turn it once. Right, now, while that's cooking, we have time to make the accompaniment, which is actually the star of the show, which is my beetroot, apple and onion salad. So, quickly, okay, now while that's cooking, we're going to make the accompaniment, which is the substitute for rice. And for that I'm going to use a couple of russet apples, an onion and 2 raw beetroot. You can get these on the market, sometimes you can get these in supermarkets as well. These russet apples have got a fantastic flavour, sometimes almost a bit like pears. And I'm just going to cut them really roughly and chuck them in the food processor. Onions. Again, no need to be particularly rigorous with this, just need to get the skin off and get it in the food processor. And the beetroot. Top and tail them. And then peel with a potato peeler. Quickly go back to the chicken. It's had about probably 3 minutes on one side, and I'm just going to turn it over. Look at that colour on there. I'll turn it over and do the other side now. Okay, so here in my food processor I've got 2 peeled raw beetroot chopped up, 1 onion and 2 apples, cores out but skins left on. So now all we've got to do is just okay, so that's it. So as you can see in there, we've got this chopped up mixture of beetroot, apple and onion, and the texture I'm looking for, I've chopped it until it's about the same size pieces as little grains of rice really, and that's the point of this. So let's get that in a bowl and then we can check on the chicken. Okay, my chicken's had about 5 minutes now, maybe 7 minutes, and you can just see it's still tender, but it's gone firmer now, so I think it's done. So heat off, a little bit of salt, tiny squeeze of lemon juice. That's it, and I'll just rub those around in there, just to pick up some of that flavour. Lovely. Right, okay. Now, chicken onto a board. And cover it up with foil. I'm just going to let that rest now for a couple of minutes. That gives me time to set the table and get everything ready. Okay, so I'm going to take some of my beetroot salad. I can afford to be quite generous with this because it's good for me. Okay, some more chicken. I think a bit of yoghurt and maybe a few grapes. Okay, so here's my chicken, marinated chicken curry with beetroot, apple and onion salad. That is really, really good. Part of the reason is that because beetroot's cool and sweet and earthy, it complements the chicken. You can take quite a spicy curry with this, and the beetroot balances it perfectly.